As we are going to make the perfect pumpkin pie. Lisa Beecroft joining us once again. Gabi&Jules, you know how she does it. You've got the entire setup laid out for us.
We're ready. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Starting point of basic ingredients. What do we need to do?
Well, first thing we got to always start with is our crust, right? That's the foundation of a delicious pie.
Yep.
So making the crust pretty simple, but as far as ingredients go, we have our flour, salt, sugar, and of course butter.
Okay.
The key ingredient. But the tip here is like getting cold butter. So what we actually do is we break apart our butter into little clumps, and then we put that in the freezer so it stays really cold. And that's what's going to be combined into the flour.
How long in the freezer is the butter?
Oh, you can put it in there like half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine that in here with the flour and sugar, salt there, and then that's going to combine. And then what we're also going to do is we put very, very cold water in as well. So you can also put the water in the freezer as well, just to make sure it's super cold, and then you're adding that in slowly.
What happens if you're using warm butter? Does this just mess up the entire
Well, you're not going to get the flaky crust, right? Which is the key. Like, you want that, right?
Okay.
So once it's all combined,
you
do want that.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Okay, so we
don't do all that work, right? Yeah, so it's going to combine. We're going to get our dough, which is ready to be rolled out, which you're going to do a little bit of that for me.
Any special technique when we're rolling out the dough?
No, I mean, you're just going to kind of work it so that you can get into a nice circle so it's ready to go into your pan.
Okay, and usually to get it to this, how long are we rolling for?
Well, it depends how good you are. I mean, you're doing a pretty good job, but you got to put some muscle into it.
This will be an hour-long special, then?
Could be. No, you're doing a great job. So, yeah, so once it's all rolled out and you get a good thickness, we're going to then form it into our pan. So you can have a little bit of extra dough, and we can, like, cut around whatever's extra. Here we got a knife, so we can cut whatever's extra around to trim it, right?
And then, what is the technique to lay it out on the tray so you get it beautiful just like that?
Well, you know, practice. This is the thing. Like, we're making hundreds of pies this weekend, and you can see how the technique improves the more that you do. But I mean, I think this is creative license as well. Like, you know, you have your little pinch technique, and, you know, you were doing a little bit over here as we started.
So the professional pinch, you're going like two fingers,
Two fingers, right? And pinch. We can work our way around the crust.
Okay.
All right.
So through the magic of television, once we get that, then the expert gives us this?
Yeah, so we have like a two-step bake process when we're making pumpkin pie. So we're actually going to pop this in the oven.
Okay.
And what we're going to do here is it's going to be at a high temperature, so 375 for 12 minutes, because you really want to crisp up that pastry.
Okay.
And so what you're looking for when it's done is that it comes out and there's nothing translucent. That's
using
the key.
Gloves, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you. Safety first.
Thank you. Yeah, so know that the pastry's not translucent, so you know it's done. And at that point, we're going to do a bit of an egg wash, and that creates another barrier between the filling and the crust to make sure it's going to stay nice and flaky when you're done. Okay,
Gotcha.
So we put the egg wash on, and then we're going to make our filling.
Okay.
So I think the best part about the filling is that it's super simple.
Yeah, so the ingredients, the pumpkin puree?
Pumpkin puree, so like pure pumpkin. Yeah, exactly. So like when you're shopping for it, just make sure you're getting pure pumpkin puree. Don't get the pumpkin pie filling, because you want to be able to add your own spices and get your own flavors in there. So you add in your pumpkin. We're going to add in our sweetened condensed milk, which is right there.
The whole thing's going in?
Yeah, it's going in. You want to add that in there for me?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so add that in. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can add in our eggs. Perfect. And then we're going to add in our, well, that's all right. All right, that's all good. No. And then we add in our spices. So that's like where you get those beautiful fall flavors. So we have some cinnamon, some nutmeg, some ground ginger. You can add that in there.
That's good.
Right? Beautiful. So that's going to get all mixed up, and then we're going to put that back into the base that's right there and ready to go. And that's going to be baked again. And so this is like the second part of the bake, and this is going to be low and slow. So 300 degrees for about an hour.
Okay.
And so the tip there is like when to check when it's done is you're going to jiggle it, and you want to see that it all moves in unison.
The professional jiggle.
Exactly. That's the best tip there. And so once it's out of the oven and ready to go, we like to put a little bit of decoration on there. We want to make it like festive for Thanksgiving. And so we have some little ginger snap cookies that we decorate around the outside here.
And when it's finally done, like this right here, best way to cut and release so we don't butcher the pie at the end.
If you've done it well, then it makes it easy. Like pumpkin pie is actually one of the easier pies to cut, I find, because it's beautifully set. The crust is done. Cut it.
There
I'm going to pull it out.
And that's the recipe.
There we go.
Gabi&Jules.com, that's the website. I know you're going to be busy this weekend.
Yeah, come by. If you don't want to bake, just come by the bakery and let us bake for you.
Dive in with the tail. Look, I'm already making a... Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Lisa, thanks so much for coming by. We'll take a break. We've got the pie covered. We need your weather forecast. Russell Kate will check in with that over the next few days. Stay tuned for more.